Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Now, our guest tonight is a talented artist who has a perfect blend of singing and rapping in the style he calls Bohemian Hip Hop. Please help me welcome the very talented Eli Costello. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going?
Everything's real good, man. It's good over here, man.
I hear that. Can't beat that. Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
So listen, for those who may not have heard of you or living under a rock, tell us a little bit about you, your background, and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Well, let's see. In a nutshell, basically a small-town kid who had dreams one day that I was going to be doing something awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And there was going to be a lot of people on actually on stage with me and actually also watching me from the stage. And that dream was so powerful, I felt compelled to follow it.
Yeah.
And, it's like at times, like, it got hard and had to take me on a lot of roller coasters. And as this dream just sort of manifests itself, like I'm just sort of along for the ride and experiencing the heights and the adventure and the everything, the life of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you grew up in West Philadelphia, is that correct?
Now, it's kind of crazy because I did live for a minute in Philly.
Okay.
I lived there for about 10 years.
10 years, okay.
But I grew up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
How did those two places, I think, they help cultivate your sound?
Well, in Harrisburg, man, growing up, all right, so okay, this is the thing about Harrisburg, right? In Harrisburg, they had one major radio station when I was growing up. It was Wink 104, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Wink 104 was a dope station. And they played a lot of, like pop-type records, right?
Right.
Like I would hear, like, an Ace of Base record. Or I would hear, Ace of Base? You familiar with Ace of Base?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I would hear, like, an Ace of Base record. I would hear, like, a Color Me Bad record. I would hear, like, a Usher record. I would hear, like, like very, very pop stuff. But I also hear, like, Metallica.
Okay.
And I'd also hear, like, like a Nirvana and all of that stuff, So, like, it was kind of crazy, like, just hearing that crazy mixture.
Yeah.
In Harrisburg. But then, of course, when you live in Philly, then you grow up with cats like Beanie Siegel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you got, like, Music Soul Child.
Right.
You got, like, all of these eclectic groups. You got, Jill Scott. You have, like I said, just, man, all these eclectic type of artists, and it's all marinating in your ears, so you get a bit of the pop along with the soul that Philly got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, my mother, she's from Brooklyn, so, like, she grew up, like, not she grew up, like, I grew up with her playing, like, Sting and like, Sade and all of these types. And, of course, it's just kind of crazy. And then, I get, like, a lot of musical influence from my pop, too, man.
This was sounds like a very diverse background of music, which is, I think, for an artist, is good to have. You know what I mean? Not just stuck in one genre. Yeah. Now, you've been described to sound a little like Fetty Wap, Usher, and Childish Gambino crushed into one awesome person. That's dope. That is dope. How do you think that is? Like, how do you describe your sound?
How would I describe my sound? Well, I say I like it.
Right.
I like my sound. I think that it's like, you know what, man? When you have all of these sounds, and you have, like, all of these, like, influences, it's just like you can't necessarily, like, describe it. Man, it's I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if I had to describe my sound, I would just say it's just my truth.
Right. Yeah.
And things that I would like to, as an artist, convey. Maybe that at times, whenever it's not necessarily right to convey, or like I want to convey it, but situations didn't allow me to convey it. You'll find that a lot of my music happens to be about women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find them to be, like, just my greatest inspiration at times. And, like, you try to I don't know, like they bring everything out of you.
Right.
They can bring your greatness out. They can bring your drama out. They can bring all of that stuff. So it's like, if you pay attention, they might give you an album.
Yeah, that's true. You pay attention, right?
Right.
So how you describe your style as Bohemian hip hop? What is Bohemian hip hop to you?
Bohemian hip hop to me is just like, there's definitely a hip hop element to it.
Mhm.
There's definitely a hip hop element to it.
Yeah.
In that, I don't try to be like too, I don't try to be too lavish on the things I say, but I also understand that, like, hip hop is, it's something that I take very seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I add the Bohemian part, I would just say that, like, that's like, when you travel a little bit, you get a chance to get out of the country, you get a chance to see some other stuff, and you get to just travel around and meet a lot of different people. You understand that, like, there's a sort of bohemian atmosphere. There's a lot to consider. We live in America, and, one of the things that, one of the concepts I always wrap my head around when I was younger, and I know it's not necessarily everyone's truth, but it's that we're in a melting pot.
Yeah, we are.
We have a lot of different awesome things here.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a lot of different not so awesome things too.
Right,
but
right.
I think that our differences make us unique, make us interesting. And, I like to put all of my experiences into, like, a big old pot and just, like, put it in the song, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not any one specific experience. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, as artists, we feel like we gotta, like, I don't know, like, we gotta act a certain way, or we gotta be a certain thing that we might see, or we might, hear.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like you don't have to, I don't want to say you don't have to be that, but if it's not true to you, you shouldn't be it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And it'll come off as you're not being authentic, and I think your fans and listeners will get that. They'll get that it's not really you, right? You agree?
Yeah. I think people are smart. They can see a fraud.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They can see a fraud. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about your two singles. You have Superman and I Got You. Tell us about those songs.
All right. Well, we can start with Superman. Superman is that's the first record that I put out, produced by Danny Ware. Shout out to Danny Ware and the whole Warehouse. So basically, like, there was a time when I was in a group before my solo. Well, long story short, I was solo, went into a group, and then became solo again.
Okay.
It's like I feel like every one of those guys is super talented. They could all do a lot. But I think that the reasons that I stopped being a solo artist were, like, there was a lot of insecurities on my behalf, just because I felt like I wasn't doing it for anybody.
Right.
When I met my crew at the time, they was doing, like, they were starting to pop off and everything, and I was like, yo, I think I can help these guys, and I think that together we could all take our careers to the next level. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. So
when all of that sort of came to an end, long story, which we'll get into some other time. But like I said, it's all peace and respect to those guys. When it came to an end, like, I had just been so beat up and, like, just all over the place, I just kind of felt like maybe I need to quit music.
Wow.
And long story short, that's where, like, the whole, like, Bohemian thing started to come in, because I saved up. Like, I worked a job. Like, I worked a regular job. I was, like, just doing regular stuff. Like, I think I was delivering chicken. I was delivering chicken, buckets of chicken in a van for like every day,
Yeah.
And I was like, these buckets of chicken are going to pay my way, because all I want to do is go see, like, I want to travel abroad, right?
Exactly.
I want to see the rest of the world. So I saved up all of that chicken bucket money.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a ticket to go over to Amsterdam.
Okay. Yeah.
And I went to Amsterdam, and I got to go also to Moscow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and
nice.
I got to see some other things. I came back super inspired, and I wanted to suddenly do music again. The words started coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the voice was there again, and suddenly I felt this passion. And then, the words Superman came real easily. And, it just took me back. Like, there's a part in the song where I think one of the lyrics is, I've been on for 2 months. I was supposed to come home. I've been on for 2 months. You know how that go. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyway, like, I was literally talking about, like, I hadn't seen my mom for, like, 2 months. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
Like, there have been times when I hadn't seen my mom for long periods of time. And, growing up with her, like, it was, like, kind of crazy. So,
yeah, sure.
I just was like, like, my mom has multiple sclerosis. So, like,
okay.
she's not necessarily always, well, at the time, she wasn't in the strongest states.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
yeah.
it like, everything kind of just hit me. And I was just like, yo, man, this song, like, I feel like Superman right now. Like, this is what Superman must feel like. Like, he must go around doing all of this stuff, not only saving people, but just doing all of this Superman stuff. And, he doesn't really get to be around his loved ones all the time.
Right, yeah.
But he's doing it for their benefit. He's doing it for their benefit. And, it was really powerful time, like, when I wrote that song. And I think it was really strong for me because I had an opportunity to get my dad in the video, too.
Oh, dope. Okay.
And, like,
yeah.
I think, like, in most men's lives, like, your dad represents, like, Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
So it's like, yo, he's doing everything. I know I got to be at least as strong-willed as this person. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I got to be at least as super as the guy I see, which is, I'm not trying to preach or nothing. I know that there's a lot of guys out there in different situations, but, it's just like, yo, if you could be part of your child's life, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, and all of that, like, just, if you can do it, man, my hat's off to you, man, because it's a crazy world out here. We all trying to survive. Everybody's got stuff, too, and there's some dads who can't do that. Some dads got to go, road, and they got to be gone for, like, months at a time, to make money and make sure that they got, stuff to not only pass on, but that they can be strong enough to support. So, like, that whole concept is, like, everything. I guess it was just, like, a coming of age, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, my mind just went there. So that's what inspired me to write Superman.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, that video's out too. In case anybody want to watch it. If you're listening, what's up? How you doing, Eli?
What about I Got You?
I Got You. Woo. Well, I like to do records for the ladies.
Right.
And like, I'm gonna be real, man. Like, I just come off of a breakup, man. That record was like, okay, so I was dating this girl. She was amazing. By the way, most of the girls that I date are amazing.
That's a good thing.
Like seriously, the girls are like, I'm a very, very smart picker when it comes to the women in my life. But or at least I try to be. Not married yet, so it's still
right. It's still all right.
Right, facts. You got me. But anyway, so like I was dating this girl, and she was dope, and I just kind of felt like, like, I don't know, our concept, man. I feel like I'm getting like real deep. Am I like real deep right now? I don't feel like I'm getting real deep.
You're good. Right, you're good.
Cool. So like, yeah, like, she's like this beautiful, beautiful girl, right? Mm-hmm. And in my head, I was like, man, I have like this beautiful girl, and she's got probably like every dude here wants to get with her. Mm-hmm. Like I can tell, like I can see the games that people play whenever like I put them around her. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Not everybody plays those games, but you can tell the ones that do, and you understand why. Mm-hmm. You understand why. You're like, well, she's gorgeous, man. She's got like a physical beauty thing about her, and she's intelligent. I feel like only an idiot wouldn't acknowledge that she's like a queen. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. So, like, you know, they're going to try to take they chances. But at the same time, you know, like, if I brought her in with a place, you know, like, she can go ahead and have her fun. And she can do whatever she wants. All she got to know is that, you know, I got her back.
Exactly.
You know, I got her back. Like, go ahead. Hey, you want to go off and do your thing. And, you know, that record was real crazy because, you know, the girl I was dating, we ended up splitting up. But, like, you know, I had to kind of, like, break up with her. And it really kind of broke my heart. But I knew that I wasn't in a place to be able to really do what I needed to do, you know, in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like, all right, you know, like, do what you got to do. If you need support, you need help, you know, I can still be a friend. And I think that's a hard thing for most people in relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like definitely, yeah.
Like how can you really say that can you say that you're really happy for someone you broke up with or that they broke up with you? Can you really say that you want to see them be good and be happy?
Right.
And you want them to know, hey, listen, if anything ever falls apart, you know, we're still like cool, like we're still like tight. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
that's a hard thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you know, like I said, I'm not saying this for everybody because I know everybody's on a different wavelength. But like, you know, I was just like, let me let her know that, and let me let a song out
right.
that kind of represents that. And you know, I might not always feel that way. I mean, who knows? We all fluctuate in our existence, but at the time, that's where I was at that record, you know. Yeah. And it came out really good, and I was just like, yo, it's just, you know, let's put this out.
Wow, that's dope. So what's next for you?
Well, let's see. After I get off this interview, I'm gonna go grab some food. I'm trying to be a vegetarian, but it's very hard. I kind of managed to become a pescatarian. What, you wanted to?
Well, this is day 7 for me. Day 7, pescatarian.
Yo,
yeah.
Day 7. Yo, you know what I think? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the first week is cool. I think the first month, you like towards the end of it, you'll start to see like, yo, like I think I might be missing meat.
Right. Well, I saw.
Get that scratch. Like I don't know.
Someone posted this big old juicy cheeseburger on Facebook today. I was like, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, yo, are you completely off of meat?
Well, I'm just doing some shellfish.
Just himself? Okay, so you're a pescatarian.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Pescatarian. All right. That's where I'm at. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I eat chicken.
Yeah.
And can I be completely honest with you? And I don't know if people get this honest on your show. All right. So listen, this is like a confession. Like about a week ago. This girl that I know, she made like, man, she made something that she told me it was chicken.
Okay.
I ate it. It was beef, man. It was beef, and it was good.
I bet it was good. I
was like, man, no. Why have you done this to me?
She set you up.
But you know, it was cool, man. Like I just, like I said, you can't beat yourself up too much on that stuff, man.
You can't. Right.
You're gonna go through it, bro.
Exactly. I believe it. Trust me. I believe it.
7 days in. Word up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. This is day 7, so
let me ask you something. What made you decide? What made you decide you wanted to become one?
I saw a documentary called "What the Hell."
On Netflix.
I saw that, and it was interesting because I had just gone to the doctor maybe a couple weeks ago, and they said that they were monitoring my blood pressure because it was reading high, and I'm thinking high. So I work out, I eat right, how's it high? And so when I watched that documentary, it made a lot of sense about the levels of sodium they put into chicken, and I eat a lot of chicken. Well, East Eli chicken, and that made a lot of sense. And so I said, I'm gonna do this for 3 months and see. I have my next checkup in 3 months, and I'm gonna see how it goes. So.
Yo, man, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that you had the high blood pressure, but I'm glad to hear that you're back on chicken. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not happy.
No chicken. No chicken for that. Well, tell everyone where they can follow and keep up with you.
Yeah, okay. Cool, man. So we're gonna segue from the chicken to the
right. That's the new. Right.
Cool, I'm down with that.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. Well, make sure y'all get your chicken fill and watch that documentary on Netflix. And make sure y'all check me out at Path of Eli on Instagram. Yeah. It's funny, man. Like, okay, really, Instagram is the best way to catch me. At Path of Eli. For those who don't get like my accent, it's like Path of Eli. It's a Path of Eli. Yes, Path of Eli. Okay, yes, Path of Eli. I say that for all my British friends because I got a lot of people actually out there in London, UK, interested in what Eli Costello is doing. But at Path of Eli on Instagram. That's the only place to find me. And if you need to get at me on business, my Gmail, everything is up there.
All right. Well, listen, Eli, thank you so much, man, for joining us tonight. Wish you nothing but success with your upcoming music and the current singles, and keep doing your thing, man.
Stephen Knight, thank you so much, man.
All right. We'll be right back.